So I think Stu actually just needs love at this point. I don't know if that's what this is. Come here, Stu. I think he actually just needs this. He needs to feel like someone cares about him. Look, he's all frazzled. He can't even believe that the pig master is paying attention to him. Right, Stu? Oh, Stu, let me get some chemicals off you too. Oh, yes, Stu. Yeah, you sitting on the couch with an unhygienic butthole, with your butthole right against the couch, is upsetting me on many levels, Stu. Yeah, I won't even want to go to bed wearing these clothes after my clothes might touch the spot that you're sitting. But at least you're purring, right? No, I'm not being sarcastic, Stu. At least you're purring. I know you're a happy boy now. I am too. I'm liking this too. This is great. No, this is wonderful, actually. This is actually a miracle. What's happening right now? It's actually a miracle. So yeah, Shelby, they get around, they don't even have, Shelby can't make a good vegan sauce. Shelby has the best bread. Yeah, but they cook it right on the spot. That means you don't actually have the ratios down for how much gluten flour you need. DT Shawarma is better than Shelby. But why? Well, DT Shawarma doesn't really have better bread. You know, DT Shawarma's bread is kind of hard. Like Shelby's probably would be if they didn't cook it on the spot. And DT's shawarma is more light sauce. Shelby's sauce is more reduced. It's like it zaps you in the head. Now these are gimmicks, kind of. And DT shawarma is less gimmicky. It's more, you don't feel like you're taking a shot of bourbon or something when you have a bite. It's a light sauce. They have this all taken into consideration. Shelby, it's like, hey, we're new, we're zingy, woo! You know, that's kind of the Shelby atmosphere. But do they actually have their ratios down for a vegan sauce? No. What about their non-vegan sauce? Yeah, it's pretty zingy. I'd take the DT shawarma sauce, the non-vegan sauce, because I've had those. Easily, by far, DT shawarma is better. But Pita Pit is actually better than both of them, because Pita Pit has the sauces down, plus it has the pitas down. It has texture. Now, my mom would take DT shawarma over Pita Pit. I actually don't know why. I'll bet I know why. I'll bet at DT shawarma, they deep fry the falafels. And at Pita Pit, they don't. I'll bet that's the fucking reason. And I think I've been to DT, and I think I've seen them actually deep fry the falafels. I think that's the reason. Yeah, I went to this place called Relish Shawarma in Waterloo. They had no good sauces for vegans. It was tahini and hummus. Disgusting. I fucking hate it. I said, I'm going to hate this, basically. I said, can I try your tahini? She gives me a spoon. You know, the more you put on, the drier it gets. But they deep fried the falafels. It was premium. Oh, it was fucking better than Pita Pit. But you can't beat Pita Pit because they have Mr. Sub-tier sauce, which is Coca-Cola tier. And they do that vegan too. That's a fucking huge accomplishment, because when you're not doing it vegan, you're relying on cheating. You're relying on all the chemicals that make the calf want to drink from the mother. You're relying on opium, basically. When you make a sauce that's opium free and it's still the best, you've really done something. So I don't say it lightly when I say Mr. Sub tier, Pita Pit tier, God level, Bentan Cambridge level. You can't go higher than that. There's no transcendence that transcends Bentan Cambridge. So could I actually make a better sauce than the current market? You know, then I couldn't do it. I couldn't realistically claim to think I could do it better than Mr. Sub or Pita Pit. And it's not just a fluke with them. It's not just they got lucky with that sauce. The bread at Mr. Sub proves the sauce isn't just a coincidence. It's not just we didn't just get lucky there. The bread proves we actually know what we're doing every step of the way. Could I ever hope to be like that tier? No, I don't think so. Yeah, maybe, but I don't think so. I don't know. My mom's boyfriend was a professional chef, and he's amazing at cooking. It's surprising how good he is. Like, literally, when you eat his food, you're actually like, oh my God, like, I'm surprised that this is what it means to get a home-cooked meal by a professional chef. Oh, that's what it tastes like? Okay. But could I get a better ratio sauce than DT Shawarma? Maybe. I could probably get as good as DT Shawarma. Could I get better than Shelby? Yeah. Could I hijack them all? Could I get the... Apparently Robin Williams stole the best joke from every comedian. Just one. He'd only steal one joke. And then that would be his whole act. Just a compilation of jokes. And then someone kicked him down a flight of stairs at a party for that. You know, he's like rising to fame off being a hack. Well, I heard that from someone at my college. You know, they were people who they hung out with Gilda Radner, for example. Some instructor at my college said that. And according to Robin Williams, he was happy for a while, then he did a bunch of cocaine, and then he spent the rest of his life trying to get back to being happy again, like from before he did the cocaine. But you'd have to wonder, you know, maybe you rose to fame off stealing people's jokes, and you did it in a super sneaky way. In small nightclubs. And maybe that preliminary buzz is the thing that actually gets you noticed. You know, the preliminary buzz where no one's watching, where no one's really filming it. And that's the thing that gets you noticed. And then, you know, it doesn't appear like that's how you got your claim to fame. Robin Williams seemed like a... I don't know if I like him, actually. He seemed contrived. I feel like I wouldn't trust him. Like he'd be like, hey, how are you doing? Like Goofy or something. And then there's something you have to love about him, too. When he has like a mental breakdown and he's not faking anything anymore. And then you see the relatability. And then you love him. There's something I love about Robin Williams too. I wouldn't care if he stole jokes. Well, no, Topher stole a joke from me. I don't care. Oh, I did care, but, ultimately I don't care. But really, I in any sense, I don't care. Do you ever feel like you know someone so well that you are them, that you contain them? I should be on leader 4. I'm on leader 1. This is a total disaster day. This is a fucking disaster day. Oh man. But yeah, I'd hijack them all. So I'd get instant bread made. I'd have, if I had a food stand at the market, I'd have falafels. It'd be vegan, obviously. I'd consider not even telling people it's vegan, but that'd probably be illegal. And I'd have the freshest lettuce. I'd figure it out, how to get the freshest lettuce, soak it in water, soak it in cold water, take it out for 10 minutes. Like, I'd figure out how to make it super crunchy. Cucumbers, like all that. I'd deep fry the falafels. And there's nothing more to say. The real work of it would be in the laboratory, figuring out how much gluten flour, how much vinegar, how much oil, how much oregano. And I'm not eating it. I'm Gustavo Fring. I'm not doing meth. Are you crazy? But I'll have the best meth there is. You can trust that because you know I don't do it. Because I'm not a meth head, you can trust that my meth is going to be superior, at least to someone besides Pita Pit. But then again, yeah, no, that's true. I was gonna say if Relish Shawarma had a good vegan sauce, oh look, there's company. I'm gonna turn the camera off. We got company over here. We have a family visit and I'm on acid, huh? Okay, well, I just went to the market the meat market, the grocery store, with my grandma, and I saw a dog named Cooper, who I wanted to pet him really, but, it just wasn't really the right... He came inside the store. He was the employee who worked there had... the employee had brought her dog inside, and it was an okay dog, I guess. We saw this other dog, too, who was pretty cool, but nothing like Willis. I was saying to my grandma, Willis is like a better dog than normal, and she said, yeah, but they're all special, and I said, they're not all special. And, well, there was, there was, I think I liked the girl who had Cooper. Really, I think I was like, oh, Cooper is really amazing, so that she would hear. And then I felt like a sleaze, like fucking embarrassment. Oh, but overall, like, I don't know what to say. Oh, did I turn the fucking microphone on? Okay. Yeah, so, then when I was going into the grocery store, they had this beep, and it scared me. And I'm like tripping on acid, having a good time, like having like family time, where it transcends everything. And then I'm like, oh, and I'm back into the trauma. I'm going, oh, now I'm a bad person, and I should self-delete, and everything sucks, and it's all my fault, and everything's really bad, and I better be stressed, and I better relive a bunch of bad memories all of a sudden, and just from that jolt of that horn scaring me, loud, like, you're not welcome here. And then when we came home, there was what I imagine would be nothing that matters, but it's relevant to bring up. There's this what looked like a staged vehicular incident, gang stalking related, and they just stop two cars and they hold up traffic and they pretend like it was some kind of incident. And they're just holding up all the traffic, and I thought, that's so rude. This guy says, let's see what this comment says. I'm getting a notification here. See, this could just be gaslighting. A lot of times, like Tyler from RSD, he says, I treated you like a fucking real person. I treated you like you were a fucking real person. Do you understand that? I don't believe in fasting. I dropped 153 pounds about 15 years ago. And I've never fasted. You think fasting is to lose weight, you fucking retard? The idea is to get your metabolism back to where it's supposed to be. Fast metabolism, that means you die sooner. You want slow metabolism, you fucking retard. And then you can consume your calories and your body gets going on a regular process. What does that even mean, you fuck? I'm just joking, okay? I'm not really mad. But we almost went to a Chinese restaurant on the way home. Oh my fucking god. When my mom was eating DT shawarma, I was almost crying how good it smelled. I said, can I smell this? Can I please see it after you take a bite? I was almost in tears. She said, I think I know how you feel, because when I was in the hospital and I couldn't eat all day, it was like, this guy as well. This guy's just a normal toothpaste head. I shouldn't even read this. If you need help with your gut, there's probiotic stuff that you can take that will help get the process going. You're gonna populate the gut with bacteria, with the good bacteria, and you're gonna say there's bad bacteria. I don't really have a snarky answer for that. I don't know how to, if you're eating shit, maybe you do need a probiotic, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, if you're eating shit, you probably would need a probiotic. But it's really down to not overeating and doing things that don't feel like exercise to keep your body moving. Yeah, I agree. Except for the fact that when you eat the proper diet, you can't really overeat. I mean, how are you gonna... Do you think you can eat 8 pounds of watermelon? The sheer volume of it is going to stop you. You actually can't overeat. So that's kind of like... Yeah, I'm not angry. And I'm not fucking angry, you know. I need to get my music on. I need to calm down. My phone died when we were out. I wouldn't have went on this trip if I didn't have music. My phone was on battery low, which means 15%. Could go down to critically low, which means 5%, which means it's going to turn off any minute, unless I don't have to open the screen, which I wouldn't have. But some kind of error happened that opened the screen, and I was listening to Magdalena Bay, a full album, which wasn't even that satisfying. And then I got the error on my... What the fuck? Why isn't that working? And then the phone turned off, but I still had fun after that. Oh, okay, power on. Here we go. I'm glad to know this turns off on its own. This Bluetooth headset, it changed my life. We're gonna listen to Phantom Thread Early by Johnny Greenwood. If I was racist, I couldn't listen to him. Well, I used to not be able to, you know, for a while. He was my favorite, and then I thought, no, screw you. But now I don't think that anymore. So then we had like all the ambulances, and oh, that was nice. You know, when you're not traumatized, it's all fun. It's like a light show, and we saw some nice trees and saw a lot of people. Some people were wearing t-shirts, way too cold. Who do you think you're like, why would you wear a t-shirt? You think that makes you look cool? I'm gonna freeze to show you my circulation. I'm gonna show you how healthy I am by freezing myself. Right. That just means that you're fucking eating, what are those things? Pizza pockets. That means you're freezing yourself means you're compensating that your main diet is pizza pockets. And everybody knows it. We wish you could see yourself. But I want to call it Vincenzo's, this place, this meat market we went. It's an expensive place. You'd never shop there. It's right in the heart of downtown. But the meat is cheap. And my mom's at her new doctor. Or no, her old doctor, her current doctor, who I don't like her at all. You know what she did? She gave my mom a prescription, and then she sent it to the pharmacist, and then when she went to the pharmacist said, this will be $200, and gave her a completely different prescription. And my mom said, that's not the one my doctor and I talked about. And then she had to have the pharmacist manually correct it. And then she did it again a second time. And then she wrote on the requisition to get a colonoscopy as the reason why, and the reason why matters for how urgent it is, that she had abdominal pain, and she didn't add in was hospitalized for diverticulitis. She just said abdominal pain. And my mom went to the place to get the colonoscopy. She drank this stuff called Peg Light, which is horrible. She had to drink 3 fucking liters of this in 3 hours to flush out her intestines. And then she went to the place. She got an IV. And the doctor comes in and says, "Why are you here?" And she says, "I was hospitalized," and blah, blah, blah. The doctor says, "So this peg light, this was $62, all wasted. She had to fucking, this is powder. There's powder on the bottom, and you fill it up 3 liters. And the doctor says, "When were you hospitalized?" She says, "Just a little while ago." And the doctor says, "We can't do this. This is not allowed. This is too soon." And so my mom is out 3 days work. She takes off work for fucking 3 days. She has to do this fucked up drinking peg light. That's sitting in the bathroom for 3 hours. If you've ever done a saltwater flush, I've done it. It's like peeing out. It's like peeing out your ass. It's not fun. And so she's out $60 plus 3 days off work. Plus she goes into the place, gets the IV in her hand, and they're all ready to do it. And the doctor says, "Yeah, we can't do it." Really fucking zanks me. I said to my mom, gang stalkers, this is kind of a different context when I said this. But, at this office too, I think it's the place where she went for the colonoscopy. She said that the nurse was just talking really loudly about one of the other patient's symptoms. She's like, "Yeah, we removed 7 polyps in this one." And my mom was like, "That's like crazy. That's like a super breach of confidentiality." So when my mom talked to a pharmacist or the receptionist at a 4.5-star rated place where you get your colonoscopy, and they said they should have included more than just an abdominal pain in your file. That's fucked up on the doctor. And when my mom talked to her doctor about it, her doctor blamed the other place. So I guess it's a blessing in disguise. If you actually want to not have to get surgery and not have to take antibiotics, you could just drink 3 liters of peg light once a month and then eat your fucked up diet. Or just drink more water. My mom drinks 2 liters of water a day. Yeah, that's good. Bump it up to 3.5. There is a critical point there is a point you have to reach where the water boils. And it's a completely different process after that. Oh, I can't wait to pee. Oh. Here it comes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But Travis and Charles from MDE have made me laugh harder than anyone. Charles, I was gasping for air. I was laughing so hard. And it's too much to describe. The host, he says, "Okay, we got a first-time comedian, make sure you give him a round of applause, it's his first time, show him a lot of love, okay?" And he comes out with his hand behind his back. I can't even say it because my YouTube channel is going to get deleted. He comes out with his hand behind his head. And he says, "Hey, I'm Jim Carrey, I'm a fucking..." And I can't even tell you how funny it was. And then I think Sam has made me laugh really hard too. And then Travis made me laugh really hard by stealing you'd have to know her. You'd have to know what kind of person this was. She was someone who I dated her roommate, and when we were at their house, Travis laid in her roommate's bed and took a picture. And after that, her roommate put a lock on her door because she didn't trust the girl who I dated, that she let him do that. And he kind of just did it on, like, he's kind of, he doesn't really ask permit, he didn't really ask or something. She didn't say, go ahead, Travis, do it. She was like, Travis, like, no, dude. Travis stole this girl's pumpkin to cut a hole in the bottom of it and shit in it and then put the hole back so they wouldn't even know it's been tampered. And then they would carve it and find his shit. And something about that made me laugh so hard. I don't know why that was so funny, but just knowing that girl, like she was like, we're the Wild Side girls. Like because they lived in a place called Wild Side. And that girl was really hot too. She was dangerously hot. Her boyfriend Jordy, the captain of the hockey team. She's someone who, when you see her, when you hear her talk, when you hear her fascist laugh, you know within 1 second that her boyfriend is the captain of the hockey team. And you fantasize about her. When I was with her roommate, I was thinking, God, what I wouldn't wish. Oh my fucking God. Now, she had no pillows. Okay, she was flat-chested, but she had a gorgeous face, super big teeth, a bright, big smile, and crazy, like really, really attractive face. And you wouldn't complain about her lack of pillows. She had something, but nothing really to write home about. But her butt, her hips to waist ratio and her butt, she was just phenomenal. And I could barely even imagine, I tried to, because you'd think, well, I could just fantasize about her while I'm with my pig, right? It felt even almost too unreal to even fantasize about. Well, my pig had really nice pillows, and she was okay. She was nice. She was great. But she had something to prove. She was short, she didn't have wide hips. She had fantastic chest. Like, people would compliment her. Like, if, ran at a party or something, people would say, wow, you have really great, like, those are amazing. And they're among the best I've ever seen. Like, they're retrous, they're, huge, they're shapely, like, they're fucking, everything you could ever want. And, yeah, it was nice. I liked those. Hi, Stewie. Oh, see, he's scared. He jumps. He's ticklish. He's fucking squirming. Do you have nerve problems? My mom's giving him so many medications. He's all fucked up. I don't believe in these medications. I really don't. But, there's Samela. Something like that. It's kind of arthritis shot he might be getting. Apparently the people at the vet really loved it. Yes, too. I know that. I can understand. Why don't you come up here? He can't even jump up here. Here, you come on over here. You just need some attention. Yeah. I need your love too, Stu. Oh, you stink. He has bad breath and bad farts. Oh, Stu. Fuck. I almost puked yesterday when he farted. I gagged 5 times. Something like that. I don't remember. I wasn't counting, but I think if I had to guess, I'd say 5 times. So my mom is at this new doctor, this doctor, but there's this other doctor Dr. Sunday, and he's like apparently the best. And so Dr. Sunday is Dr. Mutri tier. Mutri is Coca-Cola tier. You know, you can never say anything wrong with Dr. Mutri. But, you know, you could go your whole life, you won't even understand that a Dr. Mutri even exists. You'd be lucky to find a Dr. Mutri in your whole life. Dr. Sunday is Mutri tier. Oh. Now, on the way home, I felt suddenly very lonely. I felt extremely scared of being abandoned by certain gang stalkers. Like Dance Girl. And even... Well, we were in the Dance Girl area. You know, I'm not going to say... You know, like other ones, because if I was around there, I would have said I'm afraid of being abandoned by them. And it made me feel so lonely. It made me feel like I would actually feel like the biggest loser in the world. Like, I'm going to be calling Marina and she dumps me, and then no one even stalks me anymore. Like, I would actually feel like I actually felt like I'm really cool lately, and I would just feel totally uncool. And it made me wonder, am I thankful even for the times where it was abusive? Because even that's better than nothing. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly true. That you're thankful for even that. Well, it's good to know. It's good to admit that. Now, do I think my conversation with Marina is going to even happen? Or is she just going to fucking ignore me? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm not stressed out about it, you know. All I'm stressed out about is don't be a pushover. When she says something you don't like, tell her I don't like that you just said that. And don't gloss over it like it's nothing, because otherwise you're going to have latent trauma about it. And some kind of emotional issue. Okay, my mom is home. My grandma gave me $100. I never said this out loud, but I said, this is really bad for me. I actually like that I don't have any money, because it means I can't actually break my water fast. Now I can. I can get more acid. Cool. But look at the face on this guy. I don't know who this is. I don't like that guy's face. I don't like him. I don't like that fucking guy. I'll tell you that.